He is not going. He is not going.
What the heck was that law enforcement officer doing? I mean, not doing. Hey, what's going on? My name is Scott Medlin, and as a former police officer, I watched this video on the Instagram account Copville, and I was just shocked because this officer who was there did nothing. Well, Scott, you don't have the full story. You're right, I don't. All I know is what I saw in this video. I did my best to find the full clip or find out more about it, say, on the local news channel, but I couldn't find anything. But what I'm seeing in this minute and 12 seconds, I couldn't believe, because there's literally a crime in progress. A law enforcement officer is there, and he essentially does nothing to stop it. I mean, you can see it right as this security guard is being attacked. He's on the ground, and then the fight makes its way over to the refrigerators, and then this officer or trooper, whoever he is, has like an okay voice presence about him. He's giving commands. But then you see him, what appears to get out his pepper spray. Here's my opinion. It would be very bad to spray like that inside. You run the risk of spraying the security guard, who is essentially going to be your backup if they turn and start to attack you. I'm not a fan of pepper spray. I never was during my career. I never even used it once. Heck, I wasn't a big fan of using the taser. I was a fan of training jujitsu and other things that could help me go hands-on when I absolutely had to within the law and policy to get someone under control as fast as possible. So I don't know why he's thinking pepper spray. He should be right on these people, yanking them off of this security guard because the security guard is being attacked. But here's what blows my mind next. When they finally get off of this man, I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking it as well. Why are these people who just attacked the security guard allowed to go back to the security guard? One of them should be in handcuffs, or officers should have made it very clear, get the heck out of here, because you just assaulted someone. Now, clearly, this commotion is causing a disorder within the business itself. Not a good situation at all. But in my opinion, yes, someone should have been in cuffs at this point, not allowed to go back to the security guard, because you remember what happened to this. I don't know why he's standing back there. This just blows my mind. You are a law enforcement officer, and you are letting suspects get close to their victim. What is going on? Here's another thing that blows my mind. An attack just happened again, and then he casually gets out his handcuffs and there's like no sense of urgency. I don't get it. Any good cop is going to be right on top of these people and controlling them, or at least giving it all he or she has to control these people to stop them from attacking the security guard. Like, at this point, the thought ran through my mind. I hope he has enough self-awareness to realize that he needs to think long and hard if this is the career for him. Or I hope that a supervisor saw this video and said, we need to talk because this is not good. Unless I'm missing something, but I doubt I am. Based on what I'm seeing, there's a crime in progress, and this officer looks like he's in no hurry to do something. And some people might be thinking, and I get it, but it doesn't excuse it. He might get in trouble, or cops don't interfere because they're afraid people will come after them, or they'll be pursued with lawsuits, or the chain of command will come down on them. At some point, you got to do what you got to do within your authority and policy, particularly when it comes to defending someone and stopping assault like this. Something I'm thinking about is, What if these people would have tried to attack the cop? I don't think he's ready to defend himself. I don't think he has the skills, because if he had the skills, like if he actually trained MMA or jiu-jitsu or something else that is effective for law enforcement, then he wouldn't be doing this. And that leads me into my next few points I want to make. If you're interested in getting into law enforcement, let me tell you right now, at the rookie school, they give maybe a week of teaching how to control someone. And it's per this curriculum that the state makes up. I remember the techniques they taught us, most of them were not effective. And then where I worked for several years, now granted, it has been 5 years since I worked there, but and then I went part-time for a few years after that. But anyway, there was never 1 ounce of defensive tactics training, like how to control someone, not once. I had to do it all on my own, and I'm very glad I did it all on my own. 1, for job performance, 2, for making friends outside of the profession within the gym that I was training at, or the gyms that in the schools that I ended up attending. 3, it was good for mental and physical health. There's benefits to training outside of the job. But let me tell you, if you are thinking of getting into law enforcement, you cannot rely on your academy training. You cannot rely on the department to provide enough training. Some do, but they're very few and far between, and you have to practice in between. But then when it comes to mindset, you have to have this standard for yourself, this belief that I'm going to do my best, particularly if I roll up on a crime in progress, to stop the criminal activity and protect innocent people. See, even if this security officer did something wrong and ticked off these people, there's still a fight in progress, and it's up to this law enforcement officer to not let it keep escalating the way he did, because he didn't do anything. I'm still confused by all this, and I may get rebuttal about it. Not sure how, but there also comes a level of bravery. Like, you have to get ready for situations like this and not be in denial. I'm not saying he was in denial. For all I know, he just might have been frozen stiff because he didn't go through enough training on how to separate a fight or defend someone in a situation like this. But even then, you have to figure out something to do other than do nothing, essentially. And the last piece of advice I want to give you, if you're new to the profession or you're thinking of getting into it, it was great advice I got early in the career, and I'll never forget it. And that is, run scenarios through your mind and then think about what you would do within law, within policy, to handle it, to solve it, to respond accordingly and effectively. And sometimes that means using force to not let something get more out of hand. I do not know anything about this law enforcement officer. I know I don't have the full story, and I know I could go on and on. But please have the right mentality and the skill set to handle things like this, because inevitably 99% of police officers throughout their career are going to have to use force at some point or respond to a fight in progress. And it actually still is happening when you get there, which is few and far between, or at least it was for me. But I remember one time I did get to a fight in progress and it was still going on. And I'd see some assaults, active assaults when I arrived on scene, sometimes to domestics. You got to respond. I had to make a video about this because, quite frankly, it ticked me off. And if what I say can help some other police officer out there or future police officer out there not be like this officer, to which we all make mistakes, but this, not acceptable in my opinion. And I hope he has improved a lot if he's still working on the job. Thank you for watching the video, and go ahead and click right here for your next one. I'll talk to you soon.